Subaru's Outback isn't an SUV, but offers most of what that class of vehicle provides in a package that's a little more rugged than your average jacked-up large 4x4 estate. After all, its permanent symmetrical all-wheel drive system will keep you going long after most other all-wheel drive estates, crossovers and compact SUVs have waved the white flag. Almost everything's different with this 6th generation model, but ultimately not much has really changed. Not even for this new era of electrification. But it's still the toughest, most capable 4x4 estate out there.
Like its predecessor, this Mark 6 Outback uses a 2.5 litre petrol engine, now the only option beneath the bonnet, Subaru having long ago dumped diesel. The brand's worked hard on this 169 PS flat 4 boxer unit, raising the compression ratio and changing over 90% of its parts, but surprisingly, no attempt has been made to build in the company's latest boxer hybrid tech that features on smaller Subarus. As before, this petrol engine has to be had paired to Lineartronic CVT auto transmission, which has now been enhanced with a wider range of gearbox coverage, so the box won't be swapping cogs quite so frequently. This Mark 6 model's use of the latest Subaru Global Platform has allowed the brand to create a much stiffer structure for the body, the front suspension and the rear subframe, which has enhanced refinement, much improved the ride and reduced cornering roll by up to 50%. Through the corners, the company also hopes that owners will feel the benefit of the active torque vectoring system that's now been engineered into the all-wheel drive setup. Subaru calls it SAWD. There's also enhanced off-road performance thanks to an evolved X-mode system with hill descent control for slippery slopes, switch between snow/dirt mode to confidently negotiate snow, dirt or gravel, or snow/mud mode for soft conditions where lesser vehicles get stuck. The high 213mm ground clearance maximises approach, departure and ramp angles, minimising the risk of the bumpers or chassis getting damaged or stuck. Plus, this Outback also boasts a 2,000kg braked or 750kg unbraked towing capacity. Don't get your hopes up too high when it comes to efficiency readings. WLTP rated at 33 mpg on the combined cycle and 193 grams per kilometre of CO2. One of the things that's characterised Outback development over the last few generations is the way this car has progressively got a little larger. So, sure enough, this 6th generation version is slightly longer and wider, and every exterior panel has been changed. It's in profile, though, that this Outback's chosen role as a properly off-road orientated estate becomes most obvious. From side on, previous generation models looked much like any other medium-range station wagon with a token set of roof rails. But no longer. This Mark 6 car gets a higher 213mm ground clearance, that's 13 more than before, plus strangely shaped wheel arch cladding, which continues in weirdly angular fashion along the lower sills. And these roof rails look really ready for the Outback. On this field variant, where they gain these unusual lime green inserts, they've been strengthened and feature tie holes so that straps or ropes can be more easily tied on. As usual, what's important is what you can't see, the Subaru Global Platform that now underpins this model, substantially strengthened with a new structural frame and additional beams and subframes, all of which, according to Subaru, has improved protection in frontal, side and rear end collisions by 40%. Subaru knew that to properly compete with prestige rivals, a far more upmarket cabin was necessary, and sure enough, that's what we've got. The biggest change lies with the addition of this much larger 11.6-inch Starlink centre screen, which has a customisable upper section and an integrated facial recognition camera. Quality trimming surrounds it too. Green and grey double stitching now sweeps across the doors and the multi-layered dash, where a piano black inlay reflects the trimming around the smart gear lever. The pedals are silver, the fatigue-free seats are upholstered in various kinds of leather, and the stitched three-spoke wheel with its neat thumb rests feels like a quality item. More importantly, you sit a little higher than you would in obvious rivals. The positioning isn't quite SUV-like, but it suits the kind of car the Outback is trying to be. It feels quite a bit roomier up front here this time round too, mainly because the windscreen has been moved forward and the front door side windows moved out, creating what Subaru claims is a class-leading level of spaciousness. Some elements of cabin storage provision could be better, but the design ergonomics are as good as ever, perfectly positioning you in front of the defiantly analogue instrument binnacle. Time to take a seat in the rear. Once inside, the fractional extra cabin width, the low glass line, the expansive rear quarter windows, and the fact that the centre transmission tunnel has been kept quite low, all together combine to give this part of the cabin a sense of relative spaciousness it wouldn't otherwise have. OK, we'll finish with a look at luggage space. Now, Subaru has at last added a hands-free function to the powered tailgate you get above entry-level trim. You simply wave your elbow near this Subaru badge, and once it's raised, there's a single-touch pop-up tonneau which allows easy access to the boot area, which it turns out is 561 litres in size, about the same as what the previous generation model could offer. Retracting the seat backs is easy thanks to these sidewall catches, and doing so releases up to 2,143 litres of total capacity.